So it all boils down to this as well over in the Europa League as we edge closer to those illustrious, important group stage matches. But before that, we've got a small matter of the playoff over 2 legs. The first leg's next, and I'll tell you all about it next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video today. We look forward to the Europa League playoff round, first legs, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new, where you been, boys? Smash your subscribe and keep your bang out today with all things Europa League related, Blackburn Rovers related, woo, football related. We got it all here, boys. Under one Rooskies, that's right. What do we have? 20 teams remain. Only 10 teams will go through to the group stages, which are reduced these days. Of course, over in the Europa League. Of course, who will join the likes of Lyon, Frankfurt, Leicester City, Marseille? Who's going to join them in those group stages? Well, of course, we'll show you all 20 teams in a minute. But who will make it through? Only 10 will get there, of course, and the rest will tumble into the Europa Conference League or something like that. But anyway, we'll talk all about that in a minute. Big shout out to the VIPs. They're the Patreons, boys, and if you're new, check out the links down below on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and Patreon as well. If you want to support channel in a way, it's the best place to do it. So here we go. Let's recap ourselves, of course, going back to those last round of matches, which was, of course, the third qualifying round, second legs, and bringing it bang up to date with who's through, who's out, of course. So here we go. Remind ourselves, it was Flora coming out of Estonia, taking on Omonia and Nikosia over in Estonia, and ended up as a 2-1 win going in favour of Flora. I actually went with a 1-1 draw. I'll tell you who went through in a minute. Slovan Bratislava took on the Lincoln Red Imps out of Gibraltar. It was a 1-1 draw on the night. Good result that for Lincoln Red Imps, but not good enough, I don't think. 3-0 win for Slovan Bratislava was my pick. FC Alashkert took on FK Karyat, a 3-2 win. Not too shabby there. 2-0 win for me. Alashkert with a W. Is that enough for them to go through? We'll see. HJK Helsinki took on Nefki PFK. 3-0 win. Final score there. 2-1 win. Again, got the right amount of goals for me. FK Zalgiris took on NS Mura, and it was a 1-0 win for Mura. I went with a 2-0 win going the other way. Anatolis Famagusta took on Rapid Vienna. That was a 2-1 win for Famagusta. Again, I don't think it's enough, but we'll have a look at it. St. Johnson, goodness gracious me, they gave it all in the first legs, but they lost in the second. 4-2, big win for Galatasaray. I think that's enough for them to go through. And Celtic put up another number 3-0 win over FK Jablonec. And of course, I got that one bang on the bloody nose. Let's take a little look then. Aggregate score lines. I mean, Nikosia go through. That's Helsingborg's boys. They're through to the next stage. Slovan Bratislava 4-2 win in the on aggregate of the Lincoln Red Imps, of course, who I think might tumble into the Europa League. FC Alashkert took an FK Karyat, and that ended up as a 3-2 win on aggregate score as well. HJK Helsinki also go through, 5-2 win. FK Zalgiris tumble out. NS Mura go through with that one and only 1-0 win. Anastomos Famagusta go out. Rapid Vienna go through, 4-2 on the aggregate score line. And as you can see, St. Johnson tumble out as well. Galatasaray through 5-2, or 5-3 should I say. And Celtic comfortably through 7-2 in the end. That's, of course, the state of play for that last round. We're going to now jump forward to the playoff round and have a little look then, shall we? As, of course, the 20 teams that remain. We have some new boys coming into the mixture. Of course, the likes of AZ Alkmaar coming to the thick of things. Randers FC, Royal Antwerp are in there. Who else is new? I think Sturm, Graz. Are they new? If they've tumbled down from maybe the champ? No, they are new as well. So yeah, some familiar names, of course, from the journey. Who's been on the journey so far? The third qualifying round is pretty much these guys. It's not really been much of a journey, to be fair. Let's get cracking then, shall we? Of course, Red Star Belgrade, aka Slavia taking on CFR Cluj coming out of Romania. Alrighty, let's take a look at these two sides then. They have actually played each other just the one time since 2019. Ended up as a 1-1 draw. It was a friendly, of course, over in Belgrade. Heading into this, of course, Belgrade coming to 75% form compared to CFR Cluj, also on 75% form. Of course, looking to get themselves to the upper hand. Of course, Red Star Belgrade coming into this on the back of a loss to Tiraspol in the Champions League. But before that, they took on Nana Padek over in the top flight over in Serbia, and they picked up a 1-0 win. As the CFR Cluj, they come to us off the back of a 1-0 win over in the top flight over in Romania, as they picked Fariol Castania as well. Look at the bookies odds. What do we have on the bookies odds on this one then? I'm trying to find it. I'm all over the place on this one. But we have 65 on is your Red Star, 23-10 is your 54 is your CFR Cluj. I will go with, on this one, Red Star Belgrade with the 2-0 win to kick us off. Next up, of course, we have Celtic taking, of course, AZ Alkmaar. It's a bit of a tricky one, this one. They've, of course, never played each other, of course, according to my knowledge. But heading into this, 67% for the Dutchies. Of course, coming into the bus, a bit of an upset over the Dutch fight. We'll talk about that in a minute. As for for Celtic, 4 wins on the bounce, as of course the new manager Ange Postecoglou tried to bounce back, of course, after his nightmare start to his managerial reign. Of course, Celtic come into this on the back of a 3-2 win over the Heart of Midlothian, the Hearts to UE in the League Cup, of course, to get themselves through. That is, of course, today. Prior to that, they did beat Jablonec and, of course, Dundee, scoring what they scored 12 goals in the matter of 3 games. That's on average about 4 goals a game. As for AZ Alkmaar, of course, coming to this on the back of a 1-0 loss to RKC Warwick as well. Let's take a look at the bookies' odds. We have Celtic at 23-20 for the victory. They are your favourites. 12-5 is your draw. 11-5 is your long shots. That's AZ Alkmaar on this one. For me, I'm going to go with a 3-1 win for Celtic. Give them the upper hand as well. They're scoring goals, and Postecoglou might be starting to win the fans around. Let's take on, of course, Randers. Take on, of course, Galatasaray. Let's get into this one then. Shall we? Again, never played each other, of course, according to my knowledge. They come into this, though. Randers, 92% form. Just one blip in the resume. That was a draw of the last 6 games. As for Galatasaray, they come into this on the back of just one win in the past 4 games. Of course, that one was against St. Johnstone just the other day. Of course, the Turkish Super League are yet to get going over there, but of course, Galatasaray have been slowly but surely get themselves deeper into this European qualifying business. Coming on to this on the back of a 4-2 win over Super Jays. As for Randers, of course, the Danish Super League up and running. Of course, Randers are unbeaten, picking up 4 wins of the possible 5. Of course, the only hiccup was the draw against Odense. Look at the bookies odds on this one. We have Randers 12-5 for the victory, 11-10 is your Galatasaray, 23-10 is your draw. I think Randers could be a bit of a dark horse on this one. I think they ultimately will lose, though. Galatasaray are a bit of a superior club historically, and I think they'll have the upper hand on this one as well. Anyway, kicking off further though is Omonia Nikosia. That's Henningberg's boys up against Royal Antwerp coming out of the Juniper League. Let's take a closer look at this one then, shall we? Of course, according to my knowledge, they've never played each other, of course, but coming into this, Omonia Nikosia, 58% form for them, just 1 win in the past 4. That one win was over, who was it over? It was over Florida Talan, of course, in the Europa League qualifying campaign. They did squeak by, of course, Florida Talan, I think after penalties to get themselves through to the stage. As for Antwerp, they come to this on the back of a decent sort of stretch at the moment. In fact, not too decent, just 1 win at the past 4 games, and then that one was against Standard Liège over in the Juniper League. Look at the bookies odds on this one. What do we have on this then? We have, I'm trying to find you, Omonia Nikosia, 8-5 for the victory, 2-1 is your draw, 9-5 is your long shots, Royal Antwerp. I'm going with a 1-1 draw on this one. I think Antwerp will be the happier out of the 2 sides. Let's kick it on further then, shall we? Of course, take a look at Slavia Prague. Take it on, of course. Who are they? Who bloody are they? It is Legia Warsaw. Let's get into this one, and then shall we? Of course, according to my brain, they've never played each other, so this will be the first time, of course, locking horns over in the Czech Republic. Of course, Slavia Prague coming to this, just 1 defeat in the past 6 games, so 75% form. As for Legia Warsaw, 1 win in the past 4 games for them, 58% form over the last 6. Of course, heading into this, Slavia Prague coming to this on the back of 2 wins in the past 3 games. Of course, they did lose to Fenerbahçe, but in the Champions League, and tumbled through into this stage from the Champions League qualifying campaign. They started off 4 wins out of 4 over in the Czech top flight, or 3 wins out of 4, or 3 wins out of 3, sorry, in the Czech top flight. As for their opposition, Legia Warsaw, they come into this on the back of a win out over in Poland, of course, a 2-0 win over Vota Poznan. Prior to that, they lost to Dynamo Zagreb, and actually they only got 1 win in 4, so a bit of a hokey-cokey kind of form. 50-8 on is your Slavia Prague, 29-10 is your draw, 11-2 is your Legia Warsaw on this one. Slavia Prague with the bookie. Slavia Prague in my eyes. What are your thoughts? Let me know down below. Kicking off further though, it's NS Mura taking on Sturm Graz, of course. Of course, Sturm Graz coming out of Austria. NS Mura, I have no bloody clue. Let's take a little look at it then, shall we? Where are you? Sturm Graz taking place on the 19th, of course, of August. Never played each other, of course, according to my knowledge. NS Mura will be coming into this on 42% form, just 1 win and 6. As for Sturm Graz, just 1 defeat the past 6 games, and I'll elaborate on that in just a second. Of course, coming into this, Mura did beat Zalgiris Venus over in the Champions League qualifying. Prior to that, 3 draws on the spin. As for Sturm Graz, coming to this on a 3-1 win over Lasic. Prior to that, they also beat SAR Altash over in the Bundesliga over in Austria. So far, so good for them, actually. 4 wins out of 4 as they sit pretty, I'm sure, at the top of the Austrian Bundesliga. Heading into this one, of course, look at the bookies odds. NS Mura, we have 60-5 for the victory, 65 on is your Sturm Graz, 5-2 is your Sturm Graz, a team to avoid, I would say. 2-0 win on the road, and again, probably 1 tippy-toe into the next round. Next up, of course, we have Fenerbahçe taking on, of course, HJK Helsinki. Of course, it's Turkey up against Finland logistically. Of course, Fenerbahçe, no, not Fenerbahçe. It is Fenerbahçe, of course. They're Hungary, right? They're Hungary. Fenerbahçe. I'm trying to think. Fenerbahçe are Turkey, you're right. Fenerbahçe is the other one. Of course, these two sides have played each other. Of course, heading into this, Fenerbahçe 67% form for them. Just one defeat the past 6. As for HJK Helsinki, unbeaten in the last 6, 75% form for them. Fenerbahçe, get a grip. Have started okay recently over the last few games. There have been friendlies. They've beaten Grunspor, they drew with Kiev and Zwolle as well. So they haven't had a competitive action in a while. As for HJK Helsinki, they come into this on 3 wins on the spin. Including a couple of them over in the Finnish top flight, beating Koika and Mariam as well, respectively 1-0. Yet to concede a goal out of the last 3 games. In fact, they've only scored 2 goals out of the past 5 games. Of course, heading into this one, though, the bookies odds. What do we have on this one, then? We are looking at Fenerbahçe. Bloody hell, I got it in my head. Fenerbahçe against HJK Helsinki. 4-1 on is your Fenerbahçe. 92 is your. 40-1 is your HJK Helsinki. Going to go with Fenerbahçe. 2-1 win on the night. Again, still wide open for the second leg. Next up, of course, with Rapid Vienna, also coming out of Austria, that's right, up against Zorya Lugansk. Let's take a look at this one then, shall we? Rapid Vienna up against Lugansk, again on the 19th, this one. They played each other 0 times, will be the first time, of course, heading into this 42% form for Rapid Vienna, picking up back-to-back defeats, though. As for Lugansk, they're coming to just 1 win and 6 for them. Of course, the Ukrainian top flight is up and running, and Lugansk have just got the 1 win, and that was against Inglowitz Petrov. Before and after that, of course, they picked up a draw as well. So not great start for them over in the domestic division. As for Rapid Vienna, also coming to this back-to-back defeats, of course. Not too shabby, though, in their domestic top flight. In the last 3 games, they've won 1, lost 1, and drew 1. Look at the bookies odds on this one. What do we have on this? We have Rapid Vienna up against Zorya Lugansk. We have a 10-7 on is your Rapid Vienna, 27-10 is your draw, 4-1 is your long shots. That's Zugribic. I'm going to go with a 2-0 win for the hosts. And again, tippy-toe into the next round already, you would think. And then into the final 2 now. We have Olympiakos, of course, crashed out from the Champions League up against Slovan Bratislava. Let's take a look at this one. Over in Greece on the 19th as well. Played each other just 2 times since 2009. Back-to-back wins for Olympiakos as well. Biggest win was a 2-0 win over them. And last of the picture, there was in fact that 2-0 win back in August 2019. It was the UEFA Champions League qualifying campaign. 3rd round, they went through 4-0 on aggregate. Heading into this Olympiakos, though, the Greek top flight has yet to get going. And only a couple of wins for Olympiakos along the way. Just 1 defeat the past 4 competitive action, of course. As for Slovan Bratislava, they're coming to doing okay over in the top flight. In wherever they come from. 3 wins on the spin, I can see for them. In fact, very, very good form. Just 1 defeat in the past 6. That 1 defeat was against Young Boys Bern in the Champions League qualifying campaign. As for the bookies odds, 5-2-1 is your Olympiakos red hot favourites. 10-3 is your draw. 8-1 is your long shots. That is Slovan Bratislava. I'm going with Olympiakos 3-1 win. It's like what the bookie says, but of course it could all change as well. Into the final one now. We have Rangers up against FC Alashkert. Let's take a look at this one. Also on the 19th. Play each other 0 times. Of course, they're heading into this Rangers. Oh, it's not Rangers. I'm looking. It is Rangers. It is Rangers. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I am looking at Randers. We already did that. But anyway, heading into this, Rangers coming to this in pretty woeful form. Just 1 win in the past 4 games. They've never played Alashkert Yevreven, who have also come to this in pretty woeful form. Just 1 win in the past 6 games. 25% form for them. Rangers did bounce back with a 5-0 win against Dunfermline Athletic. That was on Friday. Before that, lost to Malmo, lost to Dundee United, lost to Malmo. I did beat Livingston as well. Prior to heading into this, Alashkert coming to this just 1 win in 3 for them. They've won 1, lost 1, drew 1 in the past 3 games in all competitions as well. Look at the bookies odds. We have 11-2 on is your favourites. Rangers 11-2 is your draw. 80-1 is your Alashkert on this one. Rangers should bounce back comfortably. 2-0 win, and again put themselves tippy-toed into the next round, or at least edge very close. So that's my thoughts on the, of course, the playoff stages for the Europa League. Let me know your thoughts, of course, as we edge closer to that. Until then, give the video a like, smash your thumbs up, smash your subscribe, check the links down below on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, of course, Patreon as well. Until then, I'll see you soon for the next one, whenever that is.